everyone, it's Marisa from bumblebeeapothecary.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make some delicious, light and fluffy, buttery sourdough dinner rolls. Like I've mentioned lots of times before, sourdough is a wonderful way to eat grains in a way that's properly prepared. Properly preparing grains with fermentation and souring unlocks their nutrients and makes them easier to digest. So let's jump right into the recipe and get started. So I'm going to start by adding all of my ingredients to the bowl of my stand mixer. You could also do this mixing by hand if you don't have a stand mixer, but the mixer does make it easier. I'm going to start with 3/4 of a cup of kefir. This is milk kefir. You can actually use milk, and I actually intended to use milk. That's what I usually like to use, but I was out of it, so I just went with kefir. Next, I'm going to add 1 cup of live, active, bubbly sourdough starter. Next, I'm going to add 2 eggs. Then I'm going to add 1/4 cup of honey, and then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/3 cup of softened butter. I'm going to go ahead and turn the mixer on with the paddle attachment for a little bit just to get all of that incorporated. And then I'm going to go ahead and start adding my flour. I'm going to add 2.5 cups of, you can use either all-purpose or bread flour. I'm using this bread flour from Azure Standard. So I'm going to do 2.5 cups of that. And then 1 cup of whole wheat flour. I'm using hard red wheat, and it's been freshly ground. If you've seen any of my other sourdough videos, you'll know that I've talked about baking and, making sourdough things in the Nourishing Traditions type of way. And the recipes in Nourishing Traditions oftentimes will have completely whole grain, but she does talk in there about that using some white flour can be a nice way to make lighter baked goods while still getting the benefits of whole grain, and that's personally what I like to do. So that's why I'm using the combination of the whole wheat and the white. So now I'm going to turn on my mixer again with the paddle attachment still and just get everything combined a little bit. And now that it's an actual dough, I'm going to switch over to my dough hook. Now that the dough hook is on, I'm just going to turn it on again a little bit above low, so like medium low, and then let it go for about 15 minutes so the dough gets nice and elastic. I'm going to stop and kind of scrape this into the middle just so that it can kind of get itself into a ball. You'll notice that you can see that the dough is pretty sticky, and you want it soft like that. So no need to add more flour or anything. Just keep it to a soft, sticky dough. But I do want it to be, a ball. So I'm just gonna help it out a little bit here. Okay, now that the dough is done kneading, it's time to take the dough hook out. The dough is really nice and elastic at this point, which is exactly what we're looking for. So we're just going to cover it with a towel and then let it sit and ferment at room temperature for 8 to 12 hours or until it's doubled in size. After it's doubled in size, you're going to gently deflate the dough. Handle it gently, don't be rough with it. And then divide it into 16 equal pieces. Then you're going to shape each of those pieces into dough just like this, kind of making a rounded shape and folding the bottoms, tucking them under, and so it's nice and smooth on the top. Then we're going to put each piece into a buttered 9x13 baking dish as we shape each one. Once you have all your dough pieces shaped, you're going to cover the pan with a towel and then let those rise at room temperature for another 6 to 8 hours or until the rolls are nice and puffy and they fill the pan. About 30 minutes before you're going to bake the rolls, Preheat the oven to 375 degrees, and then you want to bake them for about 20 to 25 minutes until they're a deep golden brown. Once they're done baking, you're going to take them out of the oven and then brush the tops with some softened or melted butter. And that's it, they're ready to serve. We like to tear these open and eat them with lots and lots of grass-fed butter. I have lots of other sourdough recipes on my channel, including how to make your own sourdough starter. I'll have some of those linked below so you can check them out. I'll also have links below in the description box to where I like to buy my flour and my grains for grinding into flour, as well as lots of other organic grocery items. There's also a link down below to the printable recipe card if you'd like to grab that. And also check out that description box for free ebooks and other goodies. Okay, I hope that you liked seeing how I like to make sourdough dinner rolls, the fluffiest, lightest, buttery sourdough dinner rolls that ever there were. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it with anybody else you think would like to learn how to make their own sourdough dinner rolls. Here on my channel, I show you how to make nourishing recipes for nutrient-dense food, natural remedies, and DIY skincare and home products. So if those are something that you're interested in and you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 videos every week. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.